Alright, so this is one I wanted to try as soon as I saw Arthur's main card, really, is a debuff AoE. We got Hendrickson, which will give us a 50% damage increase to debuff cards. The only other card in our team unfortunately using this is like the debuff from Bon, but we'll see, we'll see. Ooh, we got two of them as well. We're gonna have to combine because you know that's how we get the Arthur passive. Let's do this. Hope he doesn't back out if I kill Roxy. 85k for the debuff is not terrible. We didn't even kill Roxy, so hopefully that means he won't back out. Because I do want to see the level 2. No other debuffs, but that's fine. So we've done this before, where we use Hendrickson for increased damage on debuffs, and obviously I gotta point out, right? When it comes down to it, in this game, it's pretty much proven that attack is king. If you can increase attack, or even better, attack-related stats, it will be a better increase than damage, right? But let's see, 50% is still a pretty high number, I guess. 440 for a level 2. What's his back here? Was it Zeldris? Because if it was Zeldris, I was being lowered. It was Liz. Okay, I gotta make a video on this team. So many people run this DN team, and honestly, I don't even know. I mean, I can see why. Melly's pretty good, but like Liz is such an odd one. I just feel so weird thinking about using her outside of goddesses, you know? Maybe that's just me, but I do feel quite weird about using her outside goddesses. Okay, stance removal. Boom. Melly got the revive. Dang. Can we kill Liz? I forgot about Liz revive. I should have done more damage to Liz or Deanne so I could have killed Melly. Because Melly's gonna have the attack buff now. But honestly, am I even that concerned? Arthur is kind of crazy. Like, he really is. Dog, the difference in damage the others took compared to Arthur. The thing is though, like, if I had Zeldris instead of Hendrickson, I don't think Bon and Yuri would have died. Legit, I don't think so. I think they would have survived. Well, it doesn't matter, we won. Once you get Arthur going, you can't stop him. So far, damage for the AoEs is what I expected. You know, it's like, I don't know how many more times I can show just how damage increase in this game is a lie. I do wonder, right, like, so the AoE, most of its damage should be coming from his passive, right? Because if you do his AoE without his passive, it doesn't do that much damage. So does Hendrickson even increase that damage? I don't know. I don't know, because technically it is card damage, I think. The Arthur attack increase. Yeah, I am hitting actively lower than with Zeldris. Straight up. I would have done way more damage with Zeldris, I'm telling you. No! This is so unfortunate. Because here's the thing, right? I think because of how Arthur works, it makes it even worse. Like, obviously, attack is king. Attack related stats is even better, right? If attack is king, attack related stats is god, you know? But attack is king, and when it comes down to it, let's at least seal him. If I had 24% more attack and HP, I'm pretty sure he would have hit harder than 50% damage, especially because he also hits harder because of HP. But not even accounting for that, I'm pretty sure damage increase to cards doesn't influence Arthur's damage that much because most of his damage comes from his passive. Because yeah, with his passive, he gains additional damage equal to 25% of the hero's max HP. I don't think that gets factored in when we're talking about Hendrickson's passive or any passive that would increase card damage. What other passive does that? Funnily enough, the only one I can think of right now is Blue Hauser. He increases like damage of is it explode cards, detonate cards, something like that. But that's not. Oh, I still wanted to make this video. I had an idea that it wouldn't have worked, not because of Arthur's passive, but mainly because, you know, it's been forever now that we've known how damage increase is kind of a lie. It's not necessarily a lie, it's just the damage that is increased isn't the full number, it's just a fraction of it. The damage increase doesn't affect the whole number, right? Which is the biggest thing. But the thing is, this team has so much stats increase with Ban and Yuri and Arthur that adding on another stat increaser on top of it makes it so much crazy. That's why I like using Zeldris, which is weird because like I barely see anyone else run Zeldris in the back. Most people are running Liz because of her relic, which makes sense, you know. Giving him extra HP will still give damage, and Liz has way more CC than Zeldris, but the 24% HP and defense, oh sorry, HP and attack is so big. But I know a thing about Hendrickson, he doesn't have a relic still, and if I'm not mistaken, did they? Okay, they did eventually. They did actually release costumes. I thought, is he one of those characters that like don't have 5 headpieces or 5 weapons? No, he does. He doesn't have a relic yet, and considering when he came out, I'm hoping his relic becomes something like Zeldris' passive, you know, because he is a character that when he came out, right, he was meant to be run with a character, so, you know, this OG Festival King, that was highly debuffing the enemies. If he was to get Zeldris passive as his relic, or, you know, anything else that would just increase damage, or sorry, increase stats based on how many debuffs the enemy has, it'd be great. You know, we recently got like a character like that. We got Merlin, which gives you damage reduction based on debuffs on enemies, right? So for Hendrickson, it'd be nice. There's a weird selection of characters that just don't have relics. You know, Death Pierce, Hendrickson, all the Jerichos and the Gillis, right? A bunch of kind of random characters that don't have relics. And unfortunately, some of these like characters that are kind of irrelevant, they get pretty irrelevant relics as well. But recently they've been more selective, I think, with how good or bad the relics are. Because if you recall, when Gilthunder, Hauser, and Grimmore got their relics, they got them together. And they were all like kind of versions of each other, and they all sucked. Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of that. Alright, this is my little experiment. Unfortunately, Hendrickson does not work for this, but it was worth the shot.